guys. Hey, I'm talking over here. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You talking to me? Yeah, I'm talking to you. So, I'm talking over here, and I'm using the Tacticam. I made a little device so I could put it on the old bipod, because oh, you rascal, you. Everybody wants to see you. Stop that. You're looking too damn cute. Alright, so with the Tacticam, it's a little dark. I got to change the lights over here, but the other camera battery's dead. So hopefully, I'm shouting, this will pick it up. What I'm working with today, you see the chart, is the Texan 357, or as people say, the redheaded stepchild of the airgun community. No, they don't really say that. I just made that up because I saw it on TV. I think the 357 is an unappreciated caliber. We've waited for years for a real 357 to come out. Everybody always had, the old jacked up 9mm Korean saying it was, 357, and it wasn't. Then eventually they did come out with the Recluse, which was a 357. A couple of the other guys, the builders, you've seen my videos on, came out with a real 357. And then finally, Texan came out with a 357. 357 is the minimum in a lot of states to hunt with air caliber wise, 35 caliber and up. So Kentucky, Georgia, Texas, a lot of places. If you look at the regs, that's your, in some of those, that's the minimum. So it's nice to have. Now, normally the 357s will always, you fell over, didn't you, you monkey? The 357's always been basically 9mm ripoff. So, everybody's always worried, it's like 80 grain, 90 grain pellets. It's not a real deer hunting bullet. It's like, I don't care about coyotes and fox. I'm looking to bring down a pig, bring down, a deer, something big. I'm looking for maximum, meat in the freezer for the 3-4 days that I got to go out. So I'm happy that this isn't just a, coyote gun. I'm happy that it's got the power behind it, the cajones, to push a big slug. It's one of the reasons I designed the 220. I wanted to show people that we got something that'll really work, and we've killed pigs with that 220. Dropped them like that. So we're doing the 220, my 193 that I customized for it, 185, 165, 150 wide nose, and the 140. So that's what we're going to be testing. I'm doing 3-shot groups, and I'm spinning that power dial. I'm bottoming it all the way out to start with, and then moving it forwards towards the muzzle. When I say bottom, that means towards the bottle, all the way. It won't go any further. Doing 3-shot groups with all of these, 3,000 PSI fill. 3,000 PSI fill. And then 3 shots on all the different weights, fill it back, each time 3,000 free fill, then move it a couple of rotations towards the muzzle, which reduces the spring, the spring tension on the hammer. So keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that, and then you start to see a bell curve. You start to see your first shots are really slow. You hit that sweet spot, it picks up and then drops down. I don't want that. I want consistency across the board. So let's do a bunch of shooting, and then we'll come back and look at the numbers, okay? Hopefully, I'm not going to bore you too much, but it is kind of boring because it's just shooting and videotaping. There's not a lot you can do. All right, let's go do this. One thing you may notice, what I'm doing here, what I've got on here, is this is the Leopold scope that I flop around from gun to gun, and the Picatinny rail that I've got on. But with the Tacticam, I bought the side scope mounting kit. So this doodad on here allows the Tacticam to go in here facing this way. Then I guess there's a reflective mirror, and this is a clear glass on the front. So you can look through this just like regular, hit the record button, and whatever you see through the scope is what the Tacticam records. Kind of neat. gadgetry setup. I picked this up off eBay. I think the whole thing was 500 bucks. For the 5.0 version, the newest version that's out. You can get the doodad separate, but you can also get other holders, just like a GoPro, for the Tacticam to have it independent, or just like all these things, they want you to buy 4 cameras and then have a remote, so you can have them all set up in different locations. You just hit one button, record, and they all turn on and start recording, which is kind of cool. But 500 bucks a crack. And you have to have places and grippers and holders. That's too much for, Joe Simpleton to have. I couldn't get all my crap working just in the blind by myself. So, but that's, people say, hey, what's that on your scope, Bob? It's the Tacticam doodad holder. So anyways, let's do some shooting and then look at our numbers. All right? And don't be peeking early. You're looking early, don't be peeking. So guys, what you're watching me do repeatedly is I bottomed the power dial all the way towards the bottom, maxed out, bottomed out. .3,000 psi, 3-shot group, 220 to 140, 3 shots. And I'm trying to find the peak position for the different weights. So I'm going from the back forwards with the power dial. I'm using the Tacticam, but in this time, instead of pointing at me, I've got it in the side cradle or side caddy that it comes with, so you can shoot right through, see right through the scope. Finding the sweet spot on the Texan 357. Oh, more numbers. We need a 185 grain here. Three shot groups. All right, so, here's our assistant, Nicholas. So, working with the 357 Texan, I've done it by, what I did is first I bottomed out, trying to make sure this looks, you can see this. I bottomed out the power wheel all the way so it wouldn't go any further towards the bottle. And I'd shoot a string of 5 different weights, and then continue down. So I shot here, I did a 3-string. There you go, buddy. I did a 3-string shot, then moved it a little bit over. That's that for now. I know there's a lot of space here. It shouldn't be. It should be like right up like that. Then I moved it over a couple of rotations, shot another string, couple of rotations, shot another string, chronographing everything. Now, I'll have some close-up numbers better to show once I added all this together. So I went all the way to the second line and discovered that, okay, at this point, I'm starting to get the valve lock. The first couple of shots are slow, and then when I'm getting down to around 2600 psi, it starts to pick up, which is because I'm overfilling. With the amount of spring tension and back pressure from the bottle, you know, I'm fighting it. So what I wound up doing is, with all the testing and the numbers, instead of having, you know, slow to high to slow, I'd rather just have straight numbers across the board. And I think with everything that we've done, pretty much on the 357, okay, because they don't have any fancy valves or anything for it yet. As of, this is November 2 of 2019. It's still the stock bottle, stock setup. Maxing it out gave me the most consistency with all the weights. Like I said, I kept moving it, you know, here a few, here a few, here a few, here a few, all the way. Right here between these two, I kind of found a sweet spot, but to be honest, just maxing it out seemed to be better for me. And again, this is the bottle, this is the muzzle, this is that spot in betwixt, you know, where you know, your power dial is. So hopefully you'll be able to figure that out. Shooting, the heaviest was a 220, the lightest was a 140. So with everything I was doing, I decided just to do 3-shot groups. And you know, I really need a pointy stick. Where's my pointer? Mick, what'd you do with my pointer? Got my you rascal, you. He's down here, right here in front of me, laying on the floor, rolling around like a monkey. Come here, Mick. Come here, come on. You rascal. He wants me to play with him. So, using my Ted Nugent autographed arrow, the 220, we get 820, 821, 806 with a 3000 psi fill, okay? Because we're not blowing our warranty bottle. 3000 psi fill. Like I said, low 800s give me a foot-pounds of 333. The 193, which is kind of one of my favorites here, 876, 865, 853. Now you see the spread between these three slugs is not very far. So you should be able to hold a decent group, and they're not going to be dropping an inch and an inch and an inch. Foot-pounds, 328. If I can do this like a regular TV guy. The 185, which is the one that I designed when we were working on the road. 885, 881, 877. Again, the spread is very small. 321 foot-pounds. Now, I didn't do like, next is a 165, so I didn't do anything in betwixt. The 165 jumped, of course, because it's a lighter slug, and we did find there's a sweet spot. 898, 913, so we're using around 200 foot-pounds per shot. So this would have been right around 2800 psi is the sweet spot on the lighter bullet. 894 foot-pounds, 305. So at this point we're still above 300 foot-pounds. Then the 150 wide nose, 914. Sweet spot, 918. Another sweet, 919. 278. And then I only went down to the 140 because I'm pretty much, you know, looking at a deer hunting scenario. But you still, I guess if you were shooting coyotes, the 140 would still blow it to pieces. 946, 943, 931, and then 271 foot-pounds. So you said the spread between numbers is very, very small. I don't like having, you know, 900, 800, 700. I like having, you know, 10 or 15 feet per second between shots maximum. It's much more efficient that way. So this is the 357. What I consider the underappreciated cartridge out of the Texans. It's a very sweet round. Most of your states have a 357 minimum now. Straight up rifle, and you decide that you want to put a muffler on it. Several of the aftermarket companies got real nice suppressors. You see, I've always got a needle on mine. So all right, oh man, sweet. So it looks like the 185 and the 193 went about the same distance, as in the penetration. That looks about 10 inches. And then the 220s all the way at the end, that looks like it went about 14. Some nice looking mushroom work here. Let's see if we can get this out. Oh, come on. I feel like a dentist. Okay, that's the 185. Grab the 193. Whoa, that's, dude, that looks sweet. That looks like a, that almost looks like a mushroom stem right there. And then, last but not least, I'm going sideways here. Get the, come here, baby, get the, the wisdom teeth are the hardest. Wow. And there's the 220. 193. Come here, yeah. And 185. Okay. What'd you think of our block here of Anna Nicole Smith? Got some great silicone here. You know, I guess you could melt it down a bit, and you want more, but brother can't deny she walked in with an itty bitty waist and a big round in your face. So anyways, from my wife comes down and yells at me. What'd you think of the silicone? Did some real good penetration, real good mushrooming. Again, I've seen these slugs personally being pulled out of a pig, okay? When you get this excellent mushroom, you know, and you're pulling this out of a 300 grain hog, you know they do their job. They really do. Again, I've got a ton of bullets, that molds, investments that I do not sell because, you know, even though they cast and they work, I don't like them. They don't do 100% what I want them to do. I'm not going to sell you garbage. Okay, I stand behind these. Your gun is powered, you've got the right air, your power dial, you will be getting the same performance that I get. Just hopefully you're a better shot than I am, because I do proverbially stuck the big one, and I tell you that all the time. Excellent mushroom work. All of these would equally do damage, you know, on a 300-400 pound hog, a 200 pound deer. No worries whatsoever. So if you've been thinking about the 357, you got the power. You've got the power. Now, whether or not we're going to get a TX2 valve setup for the 357, 257, 308, I don't know. But it'd be, you know, like anything else, you add more power to it, it really makes it nice. So I've showed you numbers. You've seen what the gel does. You've seen Crybaby Mickey jump all over the place. you've seen the Texan 357 in basement action. If you got any questions, shoot me an email. I hope this gave you some extra information. All right. Me personally, bottom the dial out. Easiest way to, no thinking, no fuss, no muss. Bottom it all the way out. You're going to be 100% on all your shooting. Next time we're going to do some testing, I'll start doing the lighter stuff. The 120, the 100s, maybe the 85s, and see how that does. But at the moment, it's hunting season for deer. That's all I really care about. So I think that's it on the 357. Try to start doing these short videos, just to give you some new information. Now that we've been dealing with the Texans for so long, we've got the power dials worked in. We're getting a better understanding on how this back pressure is working with the hammer spring, the weight of the bullet, the pressure, all that, is a ballet dance, and they need to be in sync with each other. Otherwise, you've got, overfill, valve lock, underperformance. You got this high and low, and we don't want that. We want to be straight across the board. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. Come here, monkey face. Come on. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody. Say, hey, everybody in Hollow Point Land. Remember, nothing but pure awesome and a few hairs of the Mick. Thanks for watching. This is Minky. Mickey. See, Mickey, do you like the Air Force Texan? Yeah, Papa, it kick ass. What was that? What was that? You hairbag. All he wants to do is roll around here. Oh, you funky. I have to close all the doors because he will jump on everything. The safe, up in the rafters, climbing on the, knock down the ceiling tiles. If he's like a rat, if he can squeeze in there, he will squeeze in and knock it down. He's come out with glue traps stuck all over him on his foot and his leg and his back. Yeah, I have to really watch this guy. He can't seem to mind his own beeswax. Can you, baby? So, Mickey's joining us today in our video. The Air Force Texan 357 stock with the Neil Klieg air suppressor on there.